At number 10 we have Cool Water Intense by Davidoff. Very different from the original Cool Water. This has more of an Invictus vibe, and it has an added coconut note, which is rather interesting. It's very synthetic, very powerful. If you want to get noticed, this is a good pick. At number 9, Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. Simply put, it smells like you're by a fireplace. Very much like a burning fire, kind of chestnut smell. Very powerful performance. Again, if you want to get noticed, this is a good one to go for, particularly in the colder months. At number 8, we've got Roja Enigma. Smells kind of like a cola. There's a cognac note in here. Very kind of boozy, sweet vanilla. Some airiness to it too, so it's not overly sweet, though it does lean in that direction. A powerful performer, and this will certainly get you noticed. At number 7, Tom Ford's Black Orchid. Could go for any of the Black Orchid range for this spot. Anyone who's familiar with the DNA knows that it's extremely attention grabbing. Smells of dark chocolate, truffle, florals. Very loud. If you want to get noticed, this will get you noticed, that's for sure. At 6, we've got Beach Hut Man by Amouage. Most of the fragrances in this list have been quite heavy, cold weather scents. This is a summer attention grabber. It's a green fragrance with quite heavy mint. It's very well done. It smells very high quality. Lasts for absolutely ages and really does project. If you spray your clothes, this will last on your clothes for days. Honestly, if you're looking for a warm weather fragrance that's really going to make an impression, you'll do well to find one better than Amouage Beach Hut Man. At number 5, we've got Azzaro's Wanted by Night. Lots going on here, lots and lots of notes in this. It's kind of a fruity cinnamon, incense, tobacco, a mix of all kinds of things. I mostly get the cinnamon from this. It's a real powerhouse, again a statement maker. If you go heavy on the sprays with this, you'll definitely get noticed. It does really well on YouTube. I know, like on the reaction videos and things like that, people tend to really love this one. I haven't worn it maybe as much as I should, so I can't give that much real world feedback. But as we get into the colder months, I'll definitely be checking this out more and more. Azzaro Wanted by Night. At number 4, Zaharoff Leather Tabac. As with the previous entry, a lot going on here. It's mostly leather with tobaccos you can get from the name. I think there's a plum note in here, some woods. Very heavy, very kind of polarized. It smells kind of like burnt rubbery wood. That might not be selling it that well, but honestly, if you try this out, you will see that it really does have its own appeal and its uniqueness. If you spray your clothes in the winter, this will last a long, long time. Leather and tobacco combined really well on this one. It's different from anything else I've owned. Very different from the Zaharoff Tabac. There's not many similarities between that and this leather Tabac. Great for the colder months. Very unique, worth checking out. At number 3, we've got Nishane Hacivat X. Most of you watching will be familiar, I'm sure, with Hacivat. The original is a pineapple opening with a very strong, earthy oak moss dry down. This is different in that it removes the oak moss entirely. So if you were a fan of the original Hacivat but found the oak moss to be a little bit much, this could be the ideal fragrance for you, as in my opinion it brings out all the best elements of Hacivat, with the pineapple, the fruits, the dry down, everything, just without that heavy oak moss. Very powerful performer. The original might be slightly bigger on sillage than this, in my opinion, but it's close. They're both extrait de parfums, so very strong concentration. This is a beautiful fragrance. You will definitely get noticed. And again, if you want a statement maker for the warm weather, this is ideal. Okay, so at number 2, I've gone with Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man. This is a fragrance that people tend to either love or hate, certainly in the community. There's not really much in between on this one. You either love it and you think it's a good value Aventus clone, which performs really well and gets loads of compliments, or you find it a bit chemical, headache inducing maybe, and synthetic. I'm kind of in between. Like, I do see the appeal. I know I just said it's either one or the other, and I'm kind of in between, so it's a bit of a contradiction, but I can see the appeal in that it's basically an Aventus clone that actually performs. So if you want to get noticed, this is a great one to get noticed because it's very heavy, very strong projection, very long lasting. I also see the other side of it, that it does smell very synthetic to me and very chemical. So I thought it deserved its place in this list because it is an attention grabber, which is what I'm trying to get at with this top 10. It's not something I would go for personally. I just find it a little bit grating, that heavy lemon cleaner type of synthetic opening. For me, it's a bit much. It does get nicer in the dry down and closer to a strong version of a Ventus. I can see why people go for this, and I can certainly see why people say it gets so much compliments, because it's very powerful, long lasting, projects well. So I thought it deserved its place in the list just for what a mark it's made on the community and how many people seem to like it. So at number 2, Armaf, Club de Nuit Intense Man. At number 1, we've got Mancera's Red Tobacco. It had to be this. This is absolutely nuclear, a real powerhouse. I remember the first time I tried this, it was at Selfridges in London. I sprayed either the jumper or fleece I was wearing that day, and I remember folding it up and putting it in a pile in my corridor. And for about a week or two, I was constantly getting whiffs of something, which turned out to be red tobacco. It really does linger that much. It's like that heavy vanilla dry down kind of stays around on clothes, I find. You've got kind of a tobacco scent in here. It's a lot going on with the notes. It's similar to Parfums de Marly's Carlisle. It's quite heavy on the patchouli, just like that is as well. But this is absolutely nuclear with performance. If you're prone to headaches from fragrances, I'd certainly suggest trying this before you buy it, as it could be risky. And if you're using this regularly, I'd say go very easy on the sprays. 1 or 2 sprays around the collar is enough, really, unless you want to be hated. Like, if you walk into an office with like 5 to 10 sprays of this, you might ruin someone's day. It's that potent. Unless that's what you're going for, maybe you want to annoy some people and make a real statement, in which case this would be ideal. The smell itself is nice, you just really do have to go easy with the sprays. This is a 120 ml bottle, which is way too much of this. I know they do it in 120, 60 ml. I think they might do a 10 ml, and of course you can get samples, so you could quite easily get a 10 ml, 5 ml of this and have that last you a long time, simply because you don't need to spray much. So if you're only spraying 1 or 2 at a time, you can make a bottle last a long time. I don't know if I'll ever get through this 120. I mean, yeah, I like I say, you really have to go easy on the sprays with this one. What do you think, guys? Would this have topped your list? Do you have any thoughts on the others in the list, like Cool Water Intense, Amouage Beach Hut Man? Anything you'd change in the list? Anything you'd change with the order? What would you have put as number 1? I'd be interested to know your thoughts. Thank you for watching and for any support, and I will catch you on the next one.